Well, hello there. I hope you guys are having an amazing Wednesday. I know for Mr. Cafe, it is his Friday, so I know he's excited. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. It's a hump day, and it is also the day that Strange Antiquities released. I have been waiting for this game. I am so excited. I played Strange Horticulture a couple of years ago, around this time of year, actually. Manager. Go do something else, please. I took your shirt off. Go do something else. Ooh. Okay, that is loud on my end. Let's hop over to the gaming screen so I can adjust volume levels. Okay. There we go. I've been so excited. I've been waiting. I have been waiting a very long time. Okay. I did not start a game. For some reason, it's saying I did. All I did was open it so that it could be on the right thing. Let me know if it's too loud. I don't know how to say that word. As a thaumaturge's apprentice, there is a lot to learn. Every object must be treated with care, and it is important to identify the harmful from the harmless, the potent from the mild. Okay, I'm glad that there is no winning. I tried. It was only supposed to be a temporary arrangement when Eli left the shop. Strange Antiquities in my hands. None of us knew that by then the pendulum was already swinging with a terrible certainty that could not be stopped. The ravens were an omen, a circling unkindness of black wings and cheerless cries that seemed even then to signal the start of a rising dread. Oh, it's raining. I hate living in the desert. I miss rain so much. Anywho, that was a momentary, I won't say lapse in judgment, for there was no judgment on my part, but it a moment of weakness. Time to move to the rainforest with sea. Oh my gosh. Whenever I went to Costa Rica, it was so nice. It was so nice. The rain was we would turn off the AC in our hotel room and we would open our balcony doors and just like chill with the rain. It was fantastic. have been called away to assist in an urgent matter in Ravenglass and must leave at once. I'm leaving the shop in your care with some reluctance, I might add. Make use of my reference material. Here, take this. There we go. If in doubt, study it carefully and remember that there are some powerful artifacts here. Under no circumstances should you seek entry to any locked doors, drawers, or cupboards. In fact, safest not to touch anything at all. I should be back in a few days. Touch all the things. Okay. Thomas Pope, congratulations! Today is the day you meet the great Thomas Pope. That's me. I'm a man of two loves, fresh mountain air, and a little white dog named Hamish. But I reserve some room for laughter among friends and shops with cats in them. If you would be so kind, I'm looking for a replacement for my hunter's boon. Okay. Inspect. Okay, inspect. Oh, okay. It's receptacle commonly featuring a memento mori that acts as an aid to aid recollection. A memory cannot reside in both the mind and the ecumenical at the same time, and it cannot be stored indefinitely. When a memory has been left for long periods, it begins to emit unpleasant vapors. An empty ecumenical, on the other hand, has an ominous presence pulling at the threads of one's mind. Okay. We are looking for a... Screw you, Beardy. I'm gonna go to Narnia? What? Oh. Looking for something to help with hunting. Hunter's Boon is a primitive item. They grant the power of the predator, enhancing perception and agility. They are made from trophies from slain beasts, with those from the most deadliest predators being the most prized. They are simple items without without embellishment. Hunter's Boon, Hunter's Boon, Hunter's Boon. These are made of wood and clay. Okay. Inspect. Nothing of remark. Wood. Okay. Yellowy brown. Smooth but with hard ridges. Nothing to remark. Gives me a sensation of power. Okay, this is an option for our hunter's boon. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. Fabric. I said it was ominous. Okay. Inspect. Inspect. Search. You're looking for a hunter's boon. I am probably gonna get this wrong. Oh! No! I got it right! Look at me! Identified. This is a tiger's tooth. A trophy from a predator. I knew it was... Nix! Can you back off? I gave you food. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the applause. Thank you. These carved totems, more commonly known as moon hearts, can be imbued with sentiment or feeling, such as love or joy, when held tightly, and then held tightly to recall the same feeling. They sometimes feature crescent shapes associated with both Selenic and Gnotic disciplines. Indeed, the form of the item itself will often have a connection to either the moon or night. Turning this up for myself. I went ahead and... Hey. Made it do auto labeling. Shape. No, we'll keep that shape. Alright, next is... The nights are drawing in again. Dark shadows hide dark deeds, or so my father always used to say. Seems like the shadows have grown darker since he passed 2 winters gone. A creeping dark has set up at my house. I'm told a shadow hold will draw it out. Shadow hold. Shadow hold. There we go. A shadow hold or an oshidic vessel is a container of any kind, sometimes a jar or a bottle, or some sort of box. It can be used to contain an ascetic spirit, the manifestation known as creeping dark, pulling it from the shadows like poison from a wound. They are decorated with elaborate design called a shadow catcher. Okay. We are looking for this. The item is a container of some kind. The design on the bottle is the same as the one on the sketch. A sun bond is a small and lightweight, designed to be carried discreetly, and made of a non-precious metal of some kind, housing a gemstone of light. They carry the warmth and the light of the sun, a brightness that can pierce the darkest gloom. Yeah, adding labels by hand is not my thing. David Schaefer. What's with all these ravens flying around Undermere today? I can't remember ever seeing anything like it. Not a good day to be the sort who believes in dark omens. A letter for you. Thank you. This game is giving you Wii Sports. It's just a bell. The sounds of paper and stuff. Ah, forever. Not that I think anybody here will, but just in case. Keep an eye out for people spoiling my fun with the puzzles. We discovered some papers in a hidden desk drawer in the boatyard last night. Not banned, just, what did I say? Timeout? For the remainder of stream. Oh, is it really? Boatyard. Mr. Jones almost threw them in the fire pit, but I asked to take a look at them first. That man does like to burn things. They look old. Maybe there's nothing much of use here, but I thought of you when I came across the entry on an entry... Wait. But I thought of you when I came across an entry on the shin. Charlie Weathers. Stanley Hume. I want an arsenic ring. Arsenic, that's a pleasing word to hold on the tongue. An arsenic ring. Let's see. That guy's a snake. I don't know how he is like drawing out the G. I don't know what that's supposed to sound like. These somewhat macabre objects were originally made as offerings to the goddess or Shin, but the practice fell out of favor as belief waned. They are hard to come across now, but they are occasionally sought out for their ability to keep vermin away. Some say they could hear Horchen's unearthly hiss when they hold it up to their ear. Wasn't that what this was? This is... Okay. I want to inspect a couple of other things. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. Cool and smooth. Green marble. Does this say anything else about it? It just says it's a ring, so it needs to be circular, I suppose. Other than what's behind there. I have to assume it's the only one that sounded like a snake. Well, yeah, being made of bone is macabre. Evocant. These stone items weigh the same as a man's heart, according to the popular myth. The truth is a little less dramatic, but the weight of these items is nevertheless important and should not stray more than a hair from precisely 1 pound. They are placed on the chest of those in a coma to draw them out of it. Okay. We gotta remember to pet the cat in between people for good luck. Edmund Bishop. The behavior of these ravens is disturbing to say the least. As a rule, they only come together to feed. That's not true. Ravens are omnivores, carrion eaters mostly, but they'll take anything they can get their talons into. And they'll kill if necessary. I didn't plan on dropping in today, but there's something happening out there, and I'd like to know what. A voice of A voice of Cernunnos might help put me at ease, or it might do the opposite. Well, that is true. Wait, what are you wanting? A voice of Theranos. The voice of Theranos is used to refer to any bronze torque that has certain imbued properties. With skill, such an item can be used to read the patterns of nature that are otherwise hidden to us. Cernunnos is a pagan god of the forest and nature, typically depicted as a man with the antlers of a stag, and often wearing or holding a torque. Thankfully, I know what a torque is. Alright, bronze. Even texture. Nothing. Nothing. Let me just double check that this needs to be made of bronze. Yep.
You what?
What? Huh? What did I do? What? Spirit Eye. There are some who stay away from spirit eyes, believing them to be a window into a world that should not be seen, and others who deride their fear as nothing more than superstition. It is not clear exactly what they do. Another layer beneath the visible world, perhaps. A layer that requires something more than the traditional senses to experience. They draw their power from opposing symbols inscribed upon them. It's a type of necklace. in the day. The black mare thundered through the icy rain, shining wet in the silver moonlight. Her cloaked rider was exhausted, cold, and soaked to the bone. He knew he would not survive the night if he did not reach Maffiron. Oh, handcuffs. An escaped prisoner ran northwest. He hid me in the first building he came to. Interesting. Oh, lots of people. Nix, please. Wait, I didn't. Ugh. Round northwest. Need to figure out which one of these is the prison. Oh, you know what? It might actually help if I 10 the old jail. This doesn't seem right. Oh. Oh. Northwest. Okay. The dilapidated warehouse is dark and imposing, and the struggling flame of my lantern does little to pierce its depths. I slowly search through its contents with a sense of despair, wondering if I'm even in the right place at all, when suddenly and unexpectedly I uncover something of value. More relieved than elated, I take the trinket back to the workshop for further study and a warm drink. I'm gonna put you there. Ah, well, that's just perfect. Undermere fizzing with fear under these ravens, and the thaumaturge has left his apprentice in charge. Sorry, my dear. That was rude. Pay no attention to me. I'm an old lady who got out of the wrong side of the bed. These ravens have gotten under my skin is all. Please do let Eli know that I was looking for him next time you see him, and pass on my thanks for letting me borrow his copy of Hermetic Symbology. Okay. I feel paralyzed. I have no job, no partner, no friends, no prospects. I heard a horned shackle might be the answer. Okay. Naked cat. Off you go. Okay, that's what these mean. Alright. What did you need? A horned shackle. Horned shackles are used to bring about change in one's life, bestowing the ability to overcome personal demons. That does sound like something she needs. In use, the horns are rubbed between one's fingers, causing them to become worn smooth over the years. They can be worn as pendants, but are more commonly totems of some kind. Change life and demons. Stone. And I'm looking for something with horns. Bronze. Rigid, smooth. Have a strong sense of being watched. Maybe that's not it? It's the only thing that has horns, really. Breathing detailed. Change in life. Air, earth. Right. Life is the infinity. What about change? Spiral for rebirth. Oh, there's the weights. Okay. This is the only one that I think it could be. Ooh. Okay, that definitely wasn't... Okay, not the horn. Okay, pendant. Game, you're not giving me a whole lot to go on here. Nothing. Okay, what is that symbol? Interlocking squares. Protection? That might be it. Again? Bronze. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. Okay. Textured pointy. Play. Nothing to remark. That is not a pendant. Okay. Thanks, I guess. Investigator can be used to prevent the spread of disease and pestilence. Among other oddities, flames burn Among other oddities, flames burn pale blue in their presence. Noted. At least the weather's looking a little bit better out there today, unfortunately. Let's see what we got. Good day. You might be interested to hear that my plow overturned a strange-looking object yesterday. Come to the farm and it's yours. For the right price, of course. One Greenwood Farm. No. I thought if I went. There we go. Julia Braddock. Ah, Jupiter, we meet again. Our paths crossed late last night on Princess Street. We shared a moment before he slunk off in the dark on important business, no doubt. I wonder if you can help me. I'm visiting my grandmother later and I wanted to bring her something. She lives all alone on the edge of town, out on Clanbrook Road, and I don't always manage to get out there as often as I'd like. I thought maybe a moon heart would bring her some comfort. A moon heart. A moon heart. These carved totems are more commonly known as moon hearts, can be imbued with a sentiment or feeling such as love or joy, and then held tightly to recall the same feeling. They sometimes feature crescent shapes associated with both the Selenic and Gnostic disciplines. Indeed, the form of the item itself will often have a connection to either the moon or night. You said your grandmother's out there all alone. What about something... that could deal with protection instead. To be claimed, there is no glory. Uh-huh. Allowing the bearer to sense danger before it arrives. I think a silent breath would do your grandmother better. Contains a small token from a living white stag. From a living white stag. But hard and rigid, rough and pitted. Fossilized creature. That's not gonna... You know, maybe I don't have anything like that. White paint, you... Nothing to remark. Cats? Really? Nix, it is not nice to pick on your junior. Okay. Overcome by a warm, loving emotion. I have nothing to remark. Polished. Okay, that's an option. I don't know. He's been acting a little... He's been acting up a little bit. Iron. Black gemstone. Cool. Nothing. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. Rough pitted stone. Heart feels lighter. Nothing to remark. Dang it. Rumple. Rumple. Rumple, sir. What is it? Are you pestering Nyx? Are you pestering Nyx to play? And she's not interested. Okay. What am I looking for again? That's right, a moon heart. Off you go. That's what I'm after, right? A moon heart? Oh, no. A selenic totem. This has to be it. Carved totem. Associated with the night. Bears a crescent shape. Heart's a feeling of joy. These eerie creations are worn by priests of Holgar in various rituals relating to death and the afterlife. The sacrament asks for his protection, wolf song truth to seek his judgment, path of the warrior to help the dead find their way. That does a lot. So many people! A friend of mine, or former friend, I should say, has been stealing jewelry from me. 3 necklaces have gone missing over the past few weeks, including one that was a gift from my late grandmother. Do you have a suitable pendant that I could leave lying out for her to find that will teach her a lesson and make sure it never happens again? Your head's killing you? Okay. Good night, Cal. I hope you feel better. Okay, a binding seed or a Zia? Worn about the neck to place them closer to the heart, these innocent-looking items instill a sense of fear and paranoia. They can be difficult to remove. Zia are made of any simple material except wood or clay. They typically have no symbol or other writings upon their surface. Oh. Okay, and then a binding seed. These items are made of 2 distinct materials, representing the mentic and the wix, the mind and the body. The winding path in the mind, it is described as a spiral encompassing the body, the seed. The binding seed is a form of punishment that amplifies feelings of guilt and shame. Okay, let's see if we can find a binding seed. Use detailing bronze. Stone, dark wood. Gnarled. I don't like how this makes me feel. Okay, it does have the spiral. Uh-huh. Two distinct materials. Okay. And then these innocent looking items are made of any single material except wood or clay. What are you? Nothing to remark. Iron. Okay, we're gonna go with this. I'm fairly certain this is a binding seed like I want. Yeah! I am made of 2 materials, wood and stone. Features a spiral surrounding a seed. Shield charm. Generic charms of protection have little to offer the skilled thaumaturge, have some small effect. An oceanic spirit or wandering shroud will not abide them, for example. Can you stop it? Quit playing with chords, little sir. Anywho, some charms make use of the art of symbology, an ancient and some would say primitive component of thaumaturgy. I'm trying. They can be made from a variety of materials, though rarely precious metals. Sir. They found a man just now in the house where all them ravens were. Wish I hadn't seen, but I did. He was sheet white, but it was his eyes that are going to give me nightmares. All black they were. It was like he weren't there anymore. I don't need to wait around for another sign. Sir, stop it. Rumple. Oh, Rumple. Rumple. Can you stop? Can you stop being a menace? Stop being a menace, little man. Off you go. I'm taking my family to Seedbur, and I'll be taking a Libula to see us safely through. Okay. Index. Looking for protection. Protection. Shield charm, maybe? Maybe not. Willa are purported to offer reassurance in times of upheaval and change, but they are not held in high regard by most scholars of the occult. That being said, an imbuement of wisdom shows that a Libula is not merely decorative. There is power in symbology, as the old thaumaturges know well. Turges know well. Change in wisdom. Okay, I need to look up the symbols for change and wisdom. Wisdom is a 2-point crown. Okay, is there nothing for change then? Protection. Okay, wisdom is a 2-point crown. There we go. Item bears a symbol of wisdom. A witch's finger. Witch's fingers are said to be the severed digits of the Witch of Undermere. They are capable of inflicting intense pain, but the goal is supposedly purification of the body. A most unpleasant experience, but a last resort that has cured some and finished off others. Oh boy. End day. A deep pain radiating down the side of the rider's head, where he had sliced himself with the diverging hook, and his thoughts were scattered and torn. He could not see out of his left eye. There we go. That's it? I can't be the only hint. Fuck. It is the only hint. That's not it. That's not it. The hook is in the middle. Let's see. A bit of a spiral to it. Let's see. Wait. Go away! Goodness! There is a narrow gap between the two houses, and I spy a small wooden chest wedged firmly inside. Slowly, I manage to work it loose, and when it finally comes free, it shoots out onto the hard ground and snaps open, revealing its long-hidden treasures. Oh! Hey! I figured it out first try. Look at me go, guys. I'll put you there. Rearrange this a wee bit. Like so. Okay. Oh, what happened to your face, lady? Good no morning. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. And Francesca Robertson, a doctor of sorts. I assume you heard about Mr. Hungerford? It seems to be the talk of the town already. I'm used to dealing with melodies of an occult nature, but black eyes is certainly unusual. I've heard of something like this before, but I don't see how it could be the same thing. Either way, I'm hopeful an evocant will have some effect. Evocant. Let's see, let us go to our index. Evocant. Cat, I'm getting a little tired of your antics here, ma'am. Evocant. There we go. Evocant. A stone item weighs the same as a man's heart. Okay, this is... £1. Nope. Nope. No. Possibly. Ooh, light. Okay. Here is your evocant. Item made of stone. A daedalus link is a powerful object capable of producing a levitation field. The field is extremely fragile, however, so it would be prudent not to take risks. These items are surprisingly light in weight. Their designs vary, but they might point to some facet of flight, a feather, or the wings of a bird or insect, for example. I put that back there. Put my evocant there. I had a quiet chat with Edmund Bishop in the Guilty Ram last night. He's always got an interesting story to tell, but last night was different. I can tell he is worried, which has got me worried too. I know it's not much, but I'd like a shield charm all the same. A shield charm. Oh, okay. Let's see. We're looking for protection. Protection, shield charm. Uh-huh. Variety. A wandering shroud. I use the art. Okay. I remember seeing protection. In here. Oh, no, there it is. Protection. Okay, the two interlocking squares. St. John's Anvil. These items have much in common with the St. John's poppy plant of the same name. The fact that is reflected in their designs. They have quite different uses, however. Whereas the plant helps to overcome deafness, an anvil will dampen sound. They can even be tuned to filter out certain noise, but allow others to be heard still. Interesting. There's something I wanted to show you. It didn't look like... I didn't like the look of it, so I left it where I found it. What if it's cursed? It was hanging behind an old shed, all overgrown with ivy. Let me draw a quick map for you there. Okay. Farm. 30. John grins as I struggle to hide my obvious interest in the item he shows me. Any hope that he might not be fully aware of its value quickly evaporates, and after a lengthy negotiation, I reluctantly hand over the amount he originally asked for. Okay, new item. Explore. Okay, we're looking for... Let's see. Figure out what path I'm looking for here. That looks like that might be a river. Not a river, a lake. So we're looking for a lake. With some branching paths. I need this to go down. I think the quarry is it. I want to say this might be it, but I'm not sure. I should not have come here. Okay. That wasn't the answer. Is there a way? That was not the answer. This is in the way. Go away. Is this... Does any of this look familiar to any of you? I suck at reading maps. Like, really bad. My love, could you help me for a second? I suck at maps, and I'm trying to find this. Like, obviously this is a road, and it branches and branches, but I'm looking at this, and it's making my head hurt. Thinking this is a lake or a pond of some sort. Was the mouse in the way? Huh?
Is this all of the map?
Yeah. Oh. Cat.
That's how it's supposed to look like on the map.
Yeah. So I looked at some of the tree areas, like where it says there's trees, but nothing looks like that.
That's it.
Alright. Yep. Thanks. The shed is actually a wooden summer house that looks out over the pond, but it's clear that it hasn't been used in some time. Thick brambles claw their way up and over one side of the structure, and ivy covers the rest in a molted green cloak. I find what I'm looking for to the rear. Parts of the ivy have been torn away recently, revealing an amulet hanging from a rusted nail. Something else catches my eye, and I reach for it, and I notice that there's another pendant hanging next to it, almost completely hidden by the ivy. So I got 2 new pendants. Oh, hey, you look familiar. Eli's picked a bad time to leave Undermere. I've come from the Hungerford house, where I've been helping Dr. Robertson, and looking for any clues about what happened there. There wasn't much to go on. I did find a shattered Oshadic vessel, but whatever did this was no creeping dark. There was a strange black stain on the flagstone floor that I didn't like the look of. And the ravens. Very unusual, but at least they seem to have dispersed. I don't know what to make of it. I'm going to take a trip to Gleston Castle to see if Edmund Bishop can shed any light on their behavior. But first, I would like a vesiger, whatever this is. We don't want it spreading. Oh, yeah, one of those. A vesiger. Vesiger can be used to prevent the spread of disease and pestilence. Among other oddities, flames burn. Oh, fuck. Do I have any... Do I have an open flame anywhere? No. 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 I would definitely say that is pale blue. Using a candle, I'm able to confirm that the flames burn blue in its presence. For the banishment of Moonstone Guardian, for the banishment of Hobbs, Fear, and Noctic Sight. These tend to take the form of a comforting guardian. End the day. 2 days earlier, the writer and his fellow adventurer were deep underground, exploring the tunnels below the Kirkhead Tower, when they made a discovery. Their elation at their find would soon turn to horror. A key. After a disagreement between two houses, it was buried behind lock and key. It's spelled like the kind of like lock house. 7. Keystone Manor. A large flat slab of granite marks the otherwise empty field. It bears an inscription. On this spot in the year 1813, Arthur Key did shoot and kill the beloved horse of Wellington Lock. Buried at the foot of the slab, I find an unlocked chest containing a handful of legal documents, as well as a pistol and another item that catches my attention. What did we find? Another pendant. Okay. Hold on. We're gonna rearrange my findings really quick. So if I've identified it, I'm gonna move it to the front. Actually, hold on. Okay. Eli, you're back! Well, the shop is still standing. That's something. Say what you will about Undermere, but this town is never quiet for long. I leave for a few days and suddenly everyone's talking about ravens and curses. I'm going to need to find Verona to get up to speed on what's going on. At least I didn't come away from Ravenglass empty-handed. I can always rely on Quiet Susan to unearth an interesting trinket or two. Okay. Ooh, that is kind of interesting looking, isn't it? Actually, we'll put that there. Edith. What can I do for— I'm not a good person. I'm pushing away the only people I care about. Help me do better, please. I have to change, but I don't know how. What do you have that can help me banish my inner demons and make the change stick this time? Oh, okay. Inner demons make the change stick. Okay. Demon horned shackle. Okay, what about change? Okay, horned shackle it is. No, not that. I already identified it, but thanks. Dang it, my plant! Francesca! The evocant didn't snap Mr. Hungerford out of it, unfortunately. It's strange. At times he appears almost awake, but he is deep in some kind of trance, and I can't get anything out of him. He seems to be searching for something. I'm beginning to suspect this is beyond my skill set, but I'm not willing to give up so easily. I know it's a bad idea, but I'm going to need a sleep vessel to get me through this week. Sleep vessel. Sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Okay. Mine. A mother is a thermaturge's link to the inner mind. A hot tea made from this plant is drunk from them, taking on different properties depending on the type of mother. This particular type can be used to enter a meditative state and bypass the rush and clutter of consciousness, promoting clarity of thought. I don't think that's what we're after. Okay. Maybe what I'm looking for is over here. Sleep vessel. Okay. For the banishment. So, blood, vitality, that's not what I'm after. You're not after caution. Nope, that's not what we're after. Not after a shadow hold or a shield charm. Not after armor. Not the spirit eye. Not after that either. Nor are we after the witch's finger. Okay. Not after a binding seed or levitation. Not looking for an evocant. Nope. I think I need this mother. Okay. Inspect. Filled with the pale liquid. Cold. Okay, not that. What about you? Has the smell of a rotten egg. I don't think that's what we're looking for. A sleep vessel. Maybe I need something in the symbology? Foresight, protection, strength, fortune. I think we're looking for hypnosis. That's not helping either. Not seeing anything about sleep. rest. Other than this restful mother, but it's saying it's a tea. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. Heart feels lighter. Old boatyard. Boatyard 8. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. I had some things I didn't do. Noted. I now have an entry for the sleep vessel. I am glad I went and did that. Okay, sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Sleep vessel. The 6 points of a sleep vessel are said to represent the 6 tharmic disciplines. D6. I'm not gonna try that. They help people to stay awake beyond any natural limits by sorting their fatigue. Over time and repeated use, they become more and more difficult to handle, as though the undreamed nightmares within are beginning to seep out. Six points. Is it what I just picked up? Oh, no. Okay. This also has 6 points. Is that really all it said? Ah, fuck. Ooh, a deep fear has taken root. I must break the hold it has over me. The goal is to break the seal. Match dice symbols to a section of the seal to break it. Stars are wild, they can be any symbol as long as they are all the same. Roll the dice as many times as you like. Click dice to lock or unlock them. If you get 3 crossed bones before breaking, you lose a life. 5 of a kind automatically breaks the seal. Lock. 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 I'm confused. What? Okay. Oh dear. There we go. Okay. I figured it out. Okay. I start over. A sleep vessel. Okay. These I have. Those. Okay. I've stored a couple of items in the cellar of the wine merchant next door. Wine merchant. Market Square. Might be time for me to find that. Oh, wait. Strange Antiquities is 29. Here? Oh, cool. Look at me go. Finding things. There we go. Try this. There we go. Sleep vessel. Thank goodness. Ah! A resonance compass will point towards any nearby resonant objects, the only objects that can be detected in this way. Resonant objects are highly prized by both thaumaturges and those who collect occult curiosities. Yay! Athelia O'Shea. Many years ago, I owned a silent breath, but it was already old when I inherited, and its powers died soon after. About time I replaced it. A silent breath. Alright. Let's see what I can find for you. Noble Guardian. Say, I need to find something that looks like it's from a stag. A white hair. It's literally the only thing I can think of. And you know what? There we go. Look at me go! Elva stones can be used to relieve the discomfort caused by otherwise incurable ailments, such as Braxis or burning blood. The planetary metal used in these items is associated with the Selenic discipline, a connection also often reflected in design. I always wanted to try a Delatus Link. I have personal interest in the Celestial branch, so I'm not completely new to such things, nor am I ignorant of the risks. And I now have a good reason for it. I need to take care of some roof repairs, and this would seem the safest way to approach it. Okay. I question your reasoning, but who am I to tell you no? Surprisingly light and weight. I'm fairly certain this is it. Oh no! Okay. The only other thing would be this. A has feathers on it, but that's not it either. What did you say about it? Light. Okay. Okay. The bird motif. Gotcha. Small topaz gemstone known as the Eye is placed in a strong smelling liquid, usually some potent barley spirit or vinegar. Small tokens such as rings or amulets, perhaps submerged in the liquid and left for a full cycle of the moon, are cleansed of simple imbued curses or hexes. Of course, there is a limit to the effectiveness of this process. Interesting. Right, you over here, you right there. Put that there. Not particularly happy with any placements of this. Eli? No, Edmund. The ravens are back, I see. It looks like it's going to be worse this time. After speaking to Verona, I've come to extend an open invitation to visit Blaiston Castle. My family has lived there for generations, and I know there are artifacts that would be of use to you, gathering dust in the hidden corners. All I ask is that you stay out of the south tower and the master bedroom. You know what? Fair. And run anything you find by me first, of course. I mean, that is also fair. Let's see. Inspect. Uh-huh. We'll do the conservatory first. Potted plants line the edges. Okay, time to move on. Put you there. There's walk past the main staircase and turn left. Follow that corridor down to the end. Small place. Uh-huh. To the left. This was a mistake. Okay. The plaque is not hard to spot in the corner of the room next to a small burning desk. Gotcha. Picked... Oh, gemstones. Okay. Put that there. Actually, put these over here. Okay, this is our main book that we use. I'm gonna put that right there. here so I can see them better. Oh, okay. Just saying there might be something there. We'll just end the day. I'm over here just wasting time. At the end of a long passageway, after days spent clearing away the dangerous rockfalls, the duo come upon a chamber. In it they find a small tomb, too small to contain human remains. The feeling I know what this is for, but this is a pretty good stopping point. Here we go. Great stopping point. Yes, all of those. Discord, socials. We will not be raiding today. It looks like there's quite a few people live today on a random Wednesday. So I'm sure you guys have people that you are more than happy to go check out. But on that note, I will be back tomorrow. We will be doing Ori and the Blind Forest, and we will be doing Tales of the Shire after my rage quit. Yes, after the rage quit, it'll be Tales of the Shire. But we will start with Ori and the Blind Forest. We will see how long I last. On that note, you guys have a lovely rest of your time zone. I will catch you guys tomorrow, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye!